This is part 2 of Chapter 1, Assumptions. For the purpose of this study, it is assumed that the lessons developed are using a high cognitive curriculum that is based on the California Visual and Performing Arts State Standards. The second assumption is that the art process includes student autonomy, experimentation, feedback, productive criticism, and the creation of rough drafts and final drafts. Assumption number 3, it's assumed that the population of the middle school students in the study is representative of an average inclusive classroom. The fourth assumption, the researcher collected the data with honesty and trustworthiness. The fifth assumption, the participants would not perform any differently if the researcher did not include the students in the study. The sixth assumption, the stakeholders agree that the data collection and data analysis was appropriate for the purpose of the study. The seventh assumption, the stakeholders had the opportunity to review the findings and agreed with the results. The eighth assumption, the purpose of implementing high-stakes testing is to ensure that students receive the same general education with a little differentiation. Delimitations. The purpose of this qualitative study will be to understand the experiences of an art teacher implementing art education with creative learning principles to cultivate student self-efficacy and divergent thinking at one middle school in the Inland Empire, located in Southern California. I will collect personal experiences and observational data as part of the research method. I will attempt to collect data by comparing the experiences of working with students that receive art education in middle school and students that do not enroll in art education in the middle school. The art education used in the study will use creative learning principles that encompasses designing, creating, and critiquing new work of their own and pre-existing historical artwork. This research will allow me to compare experiences of student self-efficacy and divergent thinking that have had an art education that incorporates creative learning principles and students that have not had art as part of their curriculum. I will be exploring if art education that incorporates creative learning principles can cultivate self-efficacy and divergent thinking through project-based learning. Art education that incorporates creative learning principles will be based on the high orders of thinking that occur in Bloom's taxonomy, Webb's depth of knowledge, and Gardner's multiple intelligences. I am exploring art beyond the aesthetic, expression, and emotional reasons that educators have valued art for some time. I will not be studying art from the affective or psychomotor perspective. In introductory fundamental art courses, students have the opportunity to develop affective and psychomotor domains. Researchers value affective or psychomotor domains in art therapy, restorative justice, and working with senior adults where art is thoroughly effective. Definitions of key terms. Art. Art is defined as visual and performing arts, which includes dance, media arts, music, theater, and visual arts. Art education. In art education, students learn the same process of innovating project-based learning. Students plan, experiment, develop, create, and redevelop the artwork if necessary to meet the desired outcome of the student for the individual assignment. Bloom's taxonomy. Bloom's taxonomy is a framework separated into different cognitive levels that are used by educators to measure the depth of learning that is engaged in assessment objectives. Critical pedagogy. Critical pedagogy is the ability to have students become critically aware of the social issues that are occurring in their community. Critical race theory. Critical race theory uses knowledge that is interdisciplinary, experiential, and critical to value the knowledge that students have based on their lived experiences, race, gender, and class. Divergent thinking. Divergent thinking is an individual's ability to think differently from one another, necessary to develop their individuality and creativity. Creative learning principles. Creative learning principles is a level of thinking based on Webb's depth of knowledge and Bloom's taxonomy that a student uses to solve a given problem or question. High-stakes testing. High-stakes tests are standardized tests used to measure student success and school funding based on the scores that students earn on these tests. Multiple intelligences. Gardner has explored the idea of multiple intelligences that differentiates learning into separate domains in which students obtain knowledge. Multiple intelligences include bodily kinesthetic, interpersonal, intrapersonal, linguistic, logical mathematical, musical, naturalistic, and spatial. Rhizomatic learning. Rhizomatic learning connects concepts acquired inside or outside the classroom and applies that knowledge to a problem from any subject matter to create a creative solution. Self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is a student's ability to cultivate confidence and competence in their ability to achieve the desired outcome. School tracking. School tracking are pathways that place students on tracks based on the student's academic performance, behavior, and cognitive ability. Webb's depth of knowledge. Webb's depth of knowledge is a tool used to determine the cognitive complexity of a question, activity, or assessment based on the content state standard. Summary. Chapter 1 introduced the statement of the problem, the purpose of the study, the research questions, and the significance of the study. The statement of the problem is that students lack opportunities to cultivate self-efficacy and divergent thinking through art education in middle schools. This problem has occurred due to the near elimination of art education to prioritize high-stakes testing. The purpose of this qualitative study will be to understand the experiences of an art teacher implementing art education with creative learning principles to cultivate students' creative self-efficacy and divergent thinking at one middle school in the Inland Empire located in Southern California. The first research question that this study answers includes what teaching experiences and observations do I, as an art teacher, have in cultivating student self-efficacy when incorporating art education with creative learning principles? The second research question that this study answers is what teaching experiences and observations do I, as an art teacher, have in cultivating students' divergent thinking when incorporating art education with creative learning principles? The significance of this study will be to identify if students can cultivate self-efficacy and divergent thinking through an art education with creative learning principles. Chapter 1 also discussed assumptions and delimitations of the type of art education with creative learning principles that the researcher will use to conduct this study. Lastly, Chapter 1 covered the definitions that are used in the body of research but are needed to understand the purpose of the study. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And feel free to watch any of the other related videos.